Guys, this thing's over. Joe Biden is a disaster. And nobody's even listening to anything he's saying. So if you care a lot about politics, you're trying to focus on what he's saying, as we are, obviously. And Trump keeps saying one crazy lunatic thing after another, right? But Biden has no ability to counter him. And the whole time the split screen is killing Biden. Because he's got his mouth open, he looks confused, doesn't know where he is. He's lost his train of thought at least twice in like disastrous shape. Those are gonna be played 1 billion times in viral video after viral video. This is an epic disaster. I see people online saying, well, okay, that answer wasn't so bad. No, it doesn't. Any particular answer doesn't matter at all. This thing is over. He looks like he's barely surviving. I don't mean the debate, I mean life. And so there's no person that has a single brain cell left in their head who thinks that Joe Biden is the best candidate to take on Donald Trump. You would have to be even crazier than Donald Trump to think that. This thing is over. I'll guarantee you this. I would bet show me a Democratic politician and I will bet them any amount of money that Joe Biden's going to lose this election if he's the candidate. It's a guaranteed loss.
My heart. I love that guy. That's a good man. He loves his country. He's doing the best that he can. But he had a test to meet tonight to restore confidence of the country and of the base, and he failed to do that. And I think there's a lot of people who are going to want to see him consider taking a different course now. We're still far from our convention, and there is time for this party to figure out a different way forward if he will allow us to do that. But that was not what we needed from Joe Biden, and it's personally painful for a lot of people. It's not just panic, it's pain of what we saw tonight.
Joe Biden had one thing he had to do tonight, and he didn't do it. He had one thing he had to accomplish, and that was reassure America that he was up to the job at his age. And he failed at that tonight. Now, does that mean that my phone blowing up with senators and campaign operatives and donors, big donors from all over the country, does that mean that Joe Biden is not going to be the candidate? I don't know that. I think we'll know a lot more in a few weeks, how this plays out, how the polling plays out. But I think a couple of things are going on right now. I think I'm not the only one whose heart is breaking right now. There's a lot of people who watched this tonight and felt terribly for Joe Biden. And, you have to ask, how did we get here? How did we get to the point that we're spending a whole lot of time talking about the vice president tonight instead of talking about the president? And I don't know how the rest of this story is written. I don't know if things can be done to fix this. They might. And, Trump is so terrible that this might heal itself. But based on what I'm hearing from a lot of people, and some of them are people that are in high elective offices in this country, and you might guess where they serve, there is a lot of more than hand-wringing tonight. I do think people feel like that we are confronting a crisis.
I, too, was on the phone throughout much of the debate with Obama world people, with Democrats, with people who are political operatives, with campaign operatives. My phone really never stopped buzzing throughout. And the universal reaction was somewhere approaching panic. The people who were texting with me were very concerned about President Biden seeming extremely feeble, seeming extremely weak. And I'll just reiterate what I said earlier. President Biden had one job tonight. His job was to calm his party, to make them feel that, yes, I can do this. I have 4 more years in me. I have the ability and the stamina and the strength to do 4 more years. He did not do that. He did the opposite of that. He made them more panicked. The people who were texting me were even more panicked. They actually expected it to be better than it was. And now they're in a I won't say a full-fledged panic, but it's getting there.
And are people that you're talking to who are expressing these concerns, are these people who are involved in Democratic politics, or
Yes.
are these liberals watching TV?
These are not liberals watching TV. These are campaign people. These are people who are either Democratic operatives. These are people who are former, sort of Obama world administration people. These are people who are in the business.
Okay.
So the civilians are also panicking. They're also texting me, but I was trying to kind of ignore the civilians and really talk to the campaign folks. And I know for a fact that Joe Biden passionately believes that he is the only person who can beat Donald Trump. He believes that he is the only person that can do it. The problem is, after tonight, his party doesn't believe that.
I want to hear.
And so they wanted to put those concerns to rest. Instead, we got widespread panic among Democrats overnight. One texting me saying this is a disaster. Another saying this is hard to watch. Yet another saying this race is effectively over. So you cannot overstate the level of concern.
You could read the opinion pages today, influential, thought leaders who are Democrats, allies of Biden, who are saying, okay, he should bow out. They should replace Biden. I mean, what is the reality of a scenario like that?
When you talk to some veteran Democrats, they say it's too late to really think about replacing him. However, others say, no, it's not. There's still an off-ramp. There's a convention. There could be a brokered convention. But what would have to happen in order for that to take place? President Biden would have to decide that he is going to step aside.